Hello and welcome back. So one more game mode has been released and it is time to check it out. Now there are two more game modes to be released within this event and I can't wait to play them. So this current event is called GR. That's a very interesting name choice. It looks like it means Grey Raven. Okay, well this will be fun. And oh man, there is a lot of stages to cover. So this is pretty much similar to the previous events that we had, and the same principle will be applied to this game mode as well. And well, you will have three structures, pretty much a full team, and of course you will have to choose. You can of course choose whatever structure you want, but some structures are going to get buffs and those buffs are going to rotate. So pretty much different structures are going to have different power-ups for each of these floors. Now this will be my first team, a combination of lightning and physical damage, and I think they will work really well. Okay, well it seems like we do have a story within this. Alright, well definitely looking forward to see what they're talking about. Okay, there is... what the hell is Vera doing here? Well, looks like the whole crew is over here. That's interesting. That's very interesting, although I have to say Vera being there is kind of giving me... I don't know. Let's see where the story will go. Since if you know Vera's personality, then you will pretty much understand on what I am hinting here. Well then, definitely, I have to say this whole event so far has been really good. I definitely did enjoy it, and overall, it is one of the better events that they have made so far. And looking forward for the next story update that will arrive pretty much in the next month. The next story, I think, will be very interesting, especially since they have enough time to make a lot of cutscenes. And I think they did take this event as a short break from the main story in order to get more time to pretty much continue developing the main story and of course the main chapters, which I think next event will be. That's the reason why I think that the next event will be very interesting. Okay, this is the first chapter and ordinary enemies so far. So far I don't see any difficult opponents, but who knows, that might change. After all, this is Punishing Grey Raven, and this game is known for its difficulty. This game is pretty much one of the more difficult mobile games so far released, and we will see how that will affect the whole market as time goes on. And definitely, I'm one of those people who is waiting for the global version of the game. So I will play the global version of the game, and I think really soon we will get more news regarding the global version of this game, since I think slowly it will arrive at one point. It has to. It was already confirmed in a way. Alright, let's see. Well, this is a interesting chapter. Reminds me... Well, actually, it is the chapter from the main story, not from the main story, but from the event story, from the side story, which looks very good. It is one of the better looking stages in the game. Okay, let's go on to the next stage. Hopefully, I can save my attempts, since you can pretty much clear each of these floors with minimal attempts if you follow the right route that you can choose on that menu. Okay, that's the newer maps. This is one of the maps in one of the event stages that we have that was released in this update, and it looks very good. It is a huge map, I have to say. It is a very big map. Well, that was fast. That was a very fast stage. Let's keep on moving. That was very good. Okay, I will still use this team. This is one of the rare occasions where I pretty much don't use my S live, because I have A live as a support. Although doing this without the S live is kind of not a good idea, because you can lose health, and the lost health will transfer towards the next stage. So you either will have to have a medic in the team, or you will have to revive your characters if they die, or you have to be lucky to get a healing node and pretty much use the healing node to heal your characters or to heal one character. It depends from situation to situation. Okay, on to the next stage. This looks, well, this looks, I have to say, this is kind of a refreshing map. Didn't play this event in a while. I think it was like 2 months since I played a event that is similar to this, so it is nice to see a change. And of course, I'm glad that they have returned this, because this is indeed very fun, at least for me. And so far I did see that people did enjoy this, so I think that they're also enjoying to play these stages and of course these maps. Okay, on to the next map. Let's see what... Oh, well, that was very nice. Now, if you encounter one of these pretty much text-based stages, you can screenshot them and use Google Translate to pretty much translate what's on them. That is, if you don't understand what's written. That's pretty much what I do from time to time if I don't know what the text means. And so far, it did help me a lot to progress through the game and through this event. I have to say, so far, a very solid game. It will be soon 1 year from the game's release, and who knows what they will do for the anniversary of this game. I'm very interested in hearing what they will do for the anniversary of this game. Okay, well, this is a familiar stage. Oh, it is also one of the stages that was from the side story. The side story was perfect. It was very good, and I did enjoy it a lot. It was also very well written, I have to say. They definitely do a lot of hard work in order to write a good text and a good dialogue. And I really hope that they will keep up the good work and that they will also improve on what they already have currently. Okay, let me get some buffs. That was very nice. Okay, let me continue now. What? Okay, let's go back. There we go. And let's jump in the next stage. Okay, same team. I think I should have taken Asliv as one of my supports, but I think this team so far is doing a very good job. And still having fun with Alpha, despite her being released almost a year ago. And this character is still one of the most powerful physical characters in the game, despite being almost a year into her release. Which can't be said, which of course I can say the same for another game and for characters in another game, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's jump on the next stage. That was a very quick stage, I have to say. And have noticed recently that the loading has been persistent for some reason, which I find very weird. Can also be that my connection is bad, since my internet is very bad lately for very odd reasons though. I don't know why my internet is bad. Even in other games, even in Eve Echoes, my internet is very bad. Now I first want to show you something. They did give the Alpha swimsuit costume in the menu here, and let's take a look at the character, since I didn't have a chance to take a look at this character in the other stages, and of course in the other game modes. And of course they did give her a new animation. As you can see, that's a unique animation so far, and they did a very good job at designing the character, I have to say. Which, seeing her outfit is kind of a good idea from those developers, since they knew that this outfit will sell very good, since this character upon her release is one of the most anticipated and one of the most loved characters in the game. And I have to say, those developers are smart for making a swimsuit for that character, since if you have a very popular and a very loved character, if that character has a swimsuit, that swimsuit will sell, and I have to congratulate them. They absolutely know what they are doing, and that's also one of the better looking costumes in the game, if not one of the best looking costumes in the game. But well, let's keep on playing. That was a very interesting segment of the video, I have to say. And of course, I have to say the physics work really good on that character. The physics are perfect in this game. They're done to be realistic, but at the same time, they're done to look good. They're not overdone like in some other games, which I actually like. I like if they keep some form of realism into the game, since in another game that I used to play, the physics were, I think the physics in that other game were kind of done over the top at some point, but in this game they are done just right to be in the realms of being realistic, which is okay. Well then, another dialogue stage. Okay, that's very interesting. And that tree in the background reminds me on chapter 3. It is very interesting that I still remember the chapters and the scenery in the game according to the chapters, even though I played chapter 3 the first time in like, I think it was February or March, I kind of forgot, or was it January? It was long ago, almost a year ago, so that's interesting. That is very interesting. And of course, we have Vera. Now, Vera in this game at the moment is, I think, currently at this moment, one of the most played characters, since her gameplay style and her overall story and her overall feel of the character is absolutely amazing, and people do like that character a lot. And I do play her a lot, since her gameplay style is so smooth, it is perfect. Well then, let's jump in the stage. Now I'll make sure to play a lot of different characters in the next part of this event, since I do want to play all of these different characters that I have. And I actually did almost maxed out my all of my characters, which I think is going to help me a lot in the future of the game, and of course in the future events, since I do need most of the characters that I can get, and of course for the future strongholds and for the future challenge content, I also will need a lot of characters that are also fully geared. Okay, let's see what the next stage has to offer. Have to say, so far, playing this game with Eve Echoes side by side it has been a very fun experience, and I do love both of these games a lot. That was a very fast stage, I have to say. Verity's powerful attacks are just, and she is still very powerful despite this character also. This character, Verity, by the way, has been released I think 4 months ago, and she is still very powerful. There is no nerfing whatsoever in this game, which I find very interesting, since these developers, instead of nerfing the old characters, they actually increase the old units, and they also balance out the newer units to be balanced compared to the other characters, which deserves a lot of respect, if you ask me. Okay, well, this map there looks like one of the maze maps that we did see in Eternal Engine. I missed that event. The music in that event has been amazing. If you play the game, you can tap on the CD button on the main menu, and you can switch to the Eternal Engine soundtrack. That soundtrack is absolutely amazing, and that whole story stage and the whole boss battle was very well made. And that's currently, I think, that update is one of my favorite updates in this game so far, since the music with the overall atmosphere and with the overall gameplay matched together perfectly, and it was impressive what they did make during that period in the game. And so far, I do hope that they will make a similar event or a similar story update like that in the future. Since having a huge boss battle that can be difficult. The boss battle in Eternal Engine wasn't that powerful, and it was mostly good to look at because it was huge. The boss is very big, and fighting that boss just because of his magnitude, of his size, was very fun. But I do hope that they will make a boss that's also huge like that boss, and I hope that that future boss will also be a lot stronger and a lot more difficult to fight. With, of course, several phases of the boss battle also included, since I think that's where the game shines the most, in the difficult boss battles and with the overall different boss mechanics and with the overall different character mechanics. That's where the game shines, and that's where these developers are doing a phenomenal job at, and that definitely deserves praise. Okay, let's keep on moving. Next, well, that was a very fast. Okay, I was kind of confused there. Let's keep on moving to the next combat stage. I thought that was a combat stage, but it turns out it wasn't. Now this map over here reminds me on the last event where Lucia lost her memories. It reminds me of a lab that I did see, but I'm not quite sure if it was part of that. Oh, well, it is actually part of that. This is the Hangman. Oh my god, when I see that thing, when I see that boss, I just immediately want to, I don't know, I don't know. That boss is one of the trickiest bosses in the game, and currently I think that's one of the least liked bosses in the game. And I say boss despite the Hangman being classified as a ordinary enemy. That's far away from a ordinary enemy. The Hangman is actually more difficult than some bosses in the game, so it is very sneaky from the developers to categorize him as a ordinary enemy. That's actually very sneaky, not gonna lie, that's actually very sneaky. Okay, let's go, let's jump in the stage, let's see what the stage has to offer. Okay, similar map. Well, it's actually the same map that we did see previously, which is totally fine since the map is... Well, that was a very fast boss battle. That was a quick and efficient boss battle. Alright, very nice. Well, on to the next stage. Let's see, okay. Oh, it's a upgrade section. Okay, let me see what I can buy. Well, I'll buy what I need and then I just go to the next stage if I have attempts left. If I don't have any attempts left, then that's where the first part will be. Okay, and I think I don't have any attempts left. Well, that was I have to say this was a very, very fun. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this first part of the GR section of this event. And well, when I return next time, I'll be continuing where I left off. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.